All right, today is going to be the most monumental video that I make on this channel for a very long time for one specific reason, and it's the reason that I am missing one specific tool on this channel. It's something I've been needing for a very long time. I've tried filling in these gaps and voids by trying to build my own out of the crew cab, but the one thing that I'm in desperate need of is a actual dedicated tow rig on this channel. Something I can use to haul anything I want, whether it's 1 or 2 car haulers, big enclosed trailers, large heavy loads, something that's 4-wheel drive that we won't get stuck in, something that also has character. Now I tried filling that gap with the crew cab. I lifted it, put big tires on it, geared it, put a fuel injected motor in it. It makes a bunch of power, and it did really well towing for what I needed it for, but the creature comforts absolutely sucked. It was miserable to drive. The heater barely worked. There was 0 AC, there was 0 tent. There was absolutely no radio in the thing either, so all you heard is a 37 screaming down the road. And on top of that, to top it all off, taking the bug to Hammers, which was not a heavy load, the trailer behind me alone weighed almost 5,000 pounds empty. So when I put the 20-something 100-pound bug on it, you know, I had 7,000 or 8,000 pounds behind me. That load and that shock on a 3-hour one-way drive ended up breaking the bumper off my truck because I didn't weld the top because I had the bed on.
All right, well, starting off, broke the bumper on this, so we can't tow. So we put a backup tow rig.
So I wasn't able to weld the bumper correctly. So that overloaded and broke that. So that was kind of the nail in the coffin for that, because to fix that, the whole bed would have to come off. So I realized I needed a tool. And I was missing that one specific tool here on this channel. In today's video, we're gonna absolutely fix that. I have located the exact Holy Grail optioned and perfectly spec'd out vehicle to replace the crew cab in terms of towing. And no, we're not selling it, but this vehicle will serve the most critical purpose on this channel, and is to get these vehicles to and where they need to go safely and securely without almost killing me every single time. And oh boy, when I say this thing has character, oh it does. So let's get into today's video where I get to unveil to you guys my new Holy Grail tow rig that I am so ecstatic about. And I cannot wait to go sit in 2.5 hours of traffic to go buy it. So that being said, let's hit the road. I'll show you guys all about it. So I have a lot of cars, and that's the main problem is being able to move them home. That's the constant thing time and time again when we go to Las Vegas for SEMA, or we're going out of state for different events, is the time and time again I keep having to move these vehicles around and borrow trucks, borrow trailers, X, Y, and Z. That's been the most difficult thing constantly for years now on this channel. And the one thing that I've wanted to do for a long time was settle and get something nice for myself, get something newer, get something more extravagant, to where I can just hop in it, no questions asked, throw a vehicle behind on the trailer, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. That was the one thing I always wanted to do. But like everybody always says, oh, you can just get a nice newer car, you know, it's normal, it's stock, you don't have to worry about it. I cannot bring myself to do that. I've had stock vehicles. I even had a white stock 05 Focus, just like this one, that wasn't an SVT, but I even slammed that one on wheels. So I cannot leave anything alone. I've accepted that fact. That's never gonna change. So when it comes to a tow rig or a truck, I'm not just gonna go buy a brand new truck because they're the price of a house. And on top of that, it has to have character. It's gotta be something I can tinker with. I can get my fix and adjust things on it and make it my own and give it that own Craig 909-esque character. And so it has to be cool. It has to have a character. It has to have a name. It has to have a place on this channel. It cannot just be a tow rig. So I think I fit the bill perfectly. So we're on our way right now. We're gonna go pick this thing up. I'm gonna pick you guys up, and when we get there, you are gonna love this thing, even down to its name. This truck has a name, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. So I'll catch you guys up when we go to San Clemente. We're gonna pick this truck up, and we're gonna drive it back. And I'm hyped. It's gonna be fun. All right, well, this is my newest addition. Everybody, say hi to Clifford.
Change my point of
This, like I said, is Clifford. This is my new to me 97 Power Stroke F250. This thing is the most badass spec that I could find on the internet that would tailor to my wants and needs. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, in terms of holy grail trucks, why is it on a crew cab? Well, I already have one. I don't need another crew cab long bed that can't fit in a drive-through, but this one can do everything. So this is pretty much as high and far as a good spec in my eyes that you can go without being a crew cab. Essentially, this thing was special ordered from the dealer. I need to get the Marty on it, and when the second I get the Marty report, we'll actually go through it with you guys, and I'll show you guys all the options and specs that it had. I'm pretty sure all the trucks that were two-ton were special ordered. On top of that, this is an XLT Lariat with everything inside, and it is a Power Stroke, and it is a ZF5 truck, which is super, super cool. I'm very, very happy with that. And on top of that, this is a factory F26 truck in the VIN, which means it would have had, being an F250, it would have been a Dana 50 twin traction beam up front. Well, guy before me, I think a couple guys before me, he told me that the guy used to heavy haul with this truck had swapped in the Kingpin Dana 60 out for the TTVs, which is what you see it on now. So this truck is now, when I call it the Holy Grail, is the Dana 60, the F350 Dana 60 Kingpin front axle with the ZF5 speed. That is four-wheel drive. It's got an intercooler. It's a 97. It has all the bank stuff on it. It's got a wicked wheel turbo. It has a tuner. It's got everything you could ever want and need. And it's the most grandpa'd out spec, all the way down to the Alcoas. I love this truck. So let's dive into it. I can show you a little more about it. I want to give a massive thank you to today's video sponsor, HEATSHIELD products. And as you guys know, I've used this stuff on the channel for a long time. And I want to let you guys know that they came out with a stealth line. So if you guys did not know, HEATSHIELD products was carried in a wide range of different colors, but they were mainly known for their lava finish, which was more of like a gold or standard heat shield finish. But now they have everything in stealth, so you can get everything blacked out. So for someone like me that cares about the aesthetic of their engine bay and you have everything color masked and it's all blacked out, it looks really pretty, and you want everything to stay that way and be nice and stealthy, the Heat Shield Stealth line is perfect for you. Everything from battery covers. This is an Optima 35 series battery cover that wraps around it, all the way down to the lava boots, and many, many more. You can now get most of their products in stealth, so you can really nail that look with the exact same basalt strength and rigidity. And this stuff's good to up to 1200 degrees consistent and up to 2000 intermittently. It's made right here in America, and I stand by this product because it absolutely works. Do me a massive favor and go down in the description of this video, check out the wide range of products that they make. You'd be blown away at how much stuff they actually do produce. And it is made right here in America and distributed all over the country. Support the companies that support me. I want to give a massive thank you to the guys over at Heat Shield Products. And with that, let's get back into the video. So this truck, like I said, has a ZF5, and that was one of the things that like absolutely sold me on this truck, because it does have higher mileage. It's actually closer to 300,000, but there's zero blow by to this motor. You can take the oil cap off, flip it upside down, put it right on top of the breather. It doesn't move. There's zero blow by to this thing. Previous owners took extremely good care of it. What I was told from the guy that used to heavy haul with this, because there's probably been 4 or 5 owners of this truck, business and his income and his life depended on this truck, so he took extremely good care of it. As you can see all the way down to the headliner, it's in very good shape. The interior, the seats, everything inside of this truck is original. Nothing's been changed or repaired. Even the carpet, there's a couple stains here and there, but for having as many miles as this thing does, a lot of vehicles don't even make it to 300,000 miles, let alone this thing. It's still going, and everything still works, all the way down to the power locks, power windows. Everything's still functioning and works beautifully. Even the cruise control still works in this truck. Obviously, still has a 5-speed. Now, the one thing I will say is this thing, when we go to drive it, you'll notice I have to shift it very, very slowly. Well, a manual transmission with 300,000 miles does seem to have some issues. So the synchros on this thing are on its way out. Still functions just fine. So I think in the future, you'll watch us pull this thing out, get some heavy duty synchros put in it, upgrade it, and make it a little bit better from there. But overall, this is a fantastic starting platform to build an amazing truck with, and I cannot be any more happy with the spec. Being it's white and red, this is just like the same red velvet interior that's in my bullnose, and this one looks really, really nice. So I definitely like it a lot. It has a full trailer brake setup too, which is nice because I didn't want to have to put that thing in. That was the difference about this truck versus a lot of other trucks that I've owned, is I have to build them. Like my crew cab, my bullnose, any of my other trucks I've had, I had to start from nothing and build it into something I could possibly tow. I wanted something I can jump into that already is good to tow, and I can upgrade a little bit from there. So this one, I can hook a trailer up to it right now. It's ready to go. It's already got Super Duty springs front and rear, which has made this thing ride incredible. I've been in a ton of Power Strokes. I've been in a ton of OBSs. A lot of them ride like crap. This thing is a cloud. It has the Dana 60 with the Super Duty springs up front, Super Duty springs in the back. You'll notice the leaf pack in the rear of the truck is not nearly as thick as they are factory. It has a 1 helper spring in it, and that's all this thing needs. And it definitely rides immensely better. You can literally take this thing off-roading and you wouldn't feel really half of anything that's in it. It's got Bilsteins front and rear. It's a very, very good setup. It's planted, it's dialed. The way that these guys had it set up before I got it, they definitely knew what they were doing. And I'm very, very happy that I don't have to do any of that work because that work's already done. So now I can focus on some of the little odds and ends, get some lights on the thing, kind of work on the aesthetic, and then obviously the functionality of the thing. Anything that's worn out or broken, we'll repair. Might clean up the interior a little bit. The seats are a little bit worn. They're not perfect by any means. Like I said, 300,000 miles, I'm not complaining. So this is a factory dual tank truck, which is really, really nice. And on top of that, it has, I believe, the 19.5 in the front, and in the rear, it's been upgraded to the same 38 that's done in my bullnose. So this thing pretty much has the exact same fuel system setup that is in my bullnose. those, so it can hold almost 50 gallons of fuel, which is really, really awesome. The only downside though is the vent tube on the rear tank is missing, so when you go to fill it up, it pretty much back feeds and pops every single time you go to fill it. It takes hours to put fuel in this thing, which is the only unfortunate part. And then the pickup in the front tank is a little bit on its way out. So I need to kind of go through the fuel system and the sending units, make sure those are all good. But the rear tank does function, and overall, it'll take me about an hour to put 38 gallons of fuel in it, but it does function, it does work. But you can see the only downside about this thing is somebody keyed it. Somebody wasn't really happy with where the previous guy parked it, and decided to go up and down the whole truck and key the amazing two-tone to it, which is really unfortunate. But I think I can razor blade this and get it back, you know, a good amount. If not, we'll just mask off the rest of the truck. The white's in really good shape, and we'll just reshoot the red. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, overall, kind of a bummer about that. But this is the original color. This has not been repainted. Like I said, it was special ordered, and you can kind of see behind the cab, it was all masked off and painted that way a million years ago. Everywhere that we look, it is originally that red. It has definitely been repainted at some point, but it is a factory two-tone truck, which is something that I was always looking for, because there's a million of these that were white, but there's a little bit less than a million that were two-tone, and that was something that I wanted, because I think every OBS looks amazing when it has a two-tone color option to it. So I was very, very happy that I found something that was two-tone. Not only do I like the red, but the red interior goes really well with it. So there's a lot of really rare two-tone options, and I'm really happy with the one that this one is. And I think overall, this is just, it just has a really cool aesthetic for an OBS. It's like, I don't know, every time I look at this thing, I smile, but it's Clifford. How could you not? I mean, it's a big red truck. That's what they called it. And I think it fits perfectly. So this is now our new tow rig, our new useful, you know, work truck around the, you know, on the channel. This is going to be Clifford. We're going to use the crap out of this thing. It's already got the old school Lund visor on it. And overall with the stock aesthetic, I'm not going to put all sorts of crazy aftermarket parts on this thing to really kind of take away from the grandpa truck aesthetic that it has. I love this thing just the way it is. I'm not going to do a crazy amount to it. Like I said, we'll change a few things just to make the thing work a little bit better for us. But I don't think you're going to see this thing on 40-inch tires or anything like that. It's, yes, drag slicks, yes. 4 drag slicks. This is going to stay mostly the way it is because this is why I bought it. It's because I like it. So either way, it already has a camper, so we can go camping in it, haul a bunch of stuff in it. And I don't really want to change too much about it. Honestly, there's not really a lot more to talk about this truck. It's really just, you see it. This is really like, I've been speechless the last couple days since I bought it. So like I said, this thing was someone's.
No, don't do that.
All right, let's start over. All right, so like I said, this was someone's actual like dependable work truck to where if this didn't work, they weren't getting paid. So this thing has already had everything done to it that would have needed to be done, being it's, you know, someone's work truck. So it's already got a big, large mission motor radiator. It's got the Banks intercooler kit. This is intercooled, which is nice. That's been changed. It has a wicked wheel in the stock Garrett housing, which is why it sounds so cool. And all that stuff has been done. And on top of that, you can see a lot of new parts on top of the motor. I believe the H-pop's been replaced. All of the glow plug solenoid, all that stuff has been replaced with OE parts, which is really, really nice. And I did get a bunch of parts from the previous owner, Kane, who was really, really awesome with this whole process. I want to give him a massive extension and thank you to Kane for being so cool about this thing. Very, very honest and told me pretty much every issue it had. Didn't hide anything, which is really nice. It's very rare to find on Marketplace nowadays. So thank you to you. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to take very good care of this truck. But on top of that, it did come with a lot of OE parts. Everything that's on this truck is Motorcraft and equivalent of OE parts, because you cannot run Chinese stuff on these motors. They do not like it. You have to run all OE stuff. And that's the nice thing, is that's all I see on this thing. So that made me feel a little bit better going into a higher mileage motor because everything's been taken care of. So that's the one thing I will say though, is the one thing it has not been gone through yet is the injectors. So it does need injectors. You can feel it kind of fall on its face a little bit under a lot of load, but that's something we'll fix in the later future. I think for the right now and immediate future, the thing drives just fine, but overall we'll kind of take it one step at a time. Either way, this thing's super fun. I think we should go take it for a drive because this thing is just a blast to drive around. I love it. It's super cool. That's the problem.
It does it in third too if I shift it too hard. I did that on purpose, but if you got to be super nice to it in the second, but it's a ZF, it's a low first gear. So usually I start the truck in second anyways. It's not too big of a deal for me unless I have a trailer, then I'll probably use first gear. But other than that, the rest of the gears shift fine. It doesn't really have any sort of whine in fifth gear, which is nice. The truck drives dead straight. Oh my God. With the Super Duty springs front and rear, the thing's on like, it's like a cloud. I can't get over how nice the truck actually rides, but brakes are good, steer's good. Everything just drives really nice on this thing. Okay, let's try this again. First gear. Ah, gosh dang it. Oh, there we go. Everyone's probably like, you don't know how to drive a stick. It's like, I do, trust me. You have to like literally like almost basically double clutch it and then like let it fall into gear like so slowly. You cannot push it at all or it grinds. The 2-3 synchro is gone. not gone, but it doesn't really work very well. And usually, like I said, I start in second, so I'll start in first on purpose. There we go. Better. There we go. Everyone's probably making fun of me that drive these things every day. They're like, dude, he doesn't know what he's doing. I drive gas vehicles, I'm not used to this. So yes, I'm a newbie when it comes to diesels. We'll figure it out, dang it. So when you get into boost, low end hits pretty well, but it kind of falls on its face. You can kind of hear it right there. So like the initial hit's good and then it falls. See that? So injectors are also on their way out. It's fine for what it is. If you're nice to it and you just kind of be slow with it, it's really not bad. Like I said, it's a grandpa truck. I'm not racing the thing. So I think some bigger injectors would be nice. Like I said, it's already got the tuner, which is good. And then overall, we'll just kind of work into it, kind of feel it out. I've never worked on one of these, so, but it's nice. You can see the boost comes up. It can pull grades really well, which is nice. That's the downside about like IDIs. They have a hard time. This thing really doesn't. That's kind of why I wanted this over like an IDI or even a P-pump 12 valve. Stock, they're gutless. This one isn't stock. These things stock, they're gutless also. These things have to have a tuner and they have to have like very minor things adjusted on them. You can honestly have a stock power stroke, but as long as it has a tuner and it's adjusted, the stock tune, they're dogs. I've driven a bunch of them. Like I said, this one doesn't have a crazy amount, but it is intercooled, which is nice. Our pyro stays relatively down, which is good. It is turned up a little bit, but I think adding a better set of injectors will really kind of help that and make it drive a lot better. It doesn't drive bad at all. I mean, you just got to get around the 2-3 shift and work around that. Once it's in gear, it's fine. Once you're towing on the highway, it doesn't matter. You're in 5th or 4th the whole time anyways. So this thing actually came with a good amount of parts, which is nice. Because nothing I buy will ever not get work done, right? So this is a brand new bedside panel. And if you noticed, this thing was by the ocean, so on this side, and also I'm pretty sure it went through salt roads at some point, is this. And that fits pretty much perfectly. So I'm obviously not gonna use that much. I'm only gonna use the bottom half, but that will fix this. So if you didn't notice, it's pretty rusty right here. And I don't know how long it's been like that. Feels pretty crusty. There's definitely some plastic and some Bondo and some crap back there. So I'll be cutting all of this out and then metalworking this in and then blending the paint. And then I'll be fixing probably the paint chips and the key marks at the same time along with new decals. So I'm not gonna not leave it alone, but I definitely need to fix that. But either way, it was nice that he has this so I can fix that. I know a good sheet metal guy, luckily, that can fix that, but we'll definitely knock that out. Make that a little bit better. We have a full-size spare and then the factory Alcoa. So what I'll probably do is swap those over so I have the correct tire for it. The tire is new, which is really awesome. A couple exhaust materials, I'll pull that box out, kind of see what's in there. So we have the original mirrors. Those are up for grabs. I do not want these. And it's not the chrome at least, not the plastic ones. So these are the original mirrors that came on this. So he put the grandpa mirrors back on it. But yeah, these are the actuator right there to adjust them. And then yeah, this is the mirror that would have came on it. And then this is a good amount of stuff that came with the thing, which is a lot. You got window trim pieces right there, CPATEC parts. There's a lot of stuff in here. This is a new throttle pedal, that's cool. So when I said I had Motorcraft parts, literally every single thing in this bag is Motorcraft. So they're all OE Ford parts. Everything is OE. That's kind of something that speaks large. Look, it's even got the door handles, the plastic ones. These break all the time on these trucks. So that's the one thing I noticed on this one is it has the billet ones put on it, which is super awesome because you pull the handles on those things to snap them clean off. So there's a ton of parts in here for this truck, which is nice. I do have spare crank position sensors. Those like to go out. Miscellaneous things. You can see belts, pulleys, all that kind of stuff is already all in there. If I ever needed it, it's there. There's another power steering box in here too, which is nice to have. I think this is an older one. The older one, I think there's a new one already in it. It speaks volumes when you buy a truck from somebody that actually had like good parts with it and knew what they had and was taking good care of it.
wasn't just kind of pieced together. The only downside though is you can see the bed liner is really crappy. It's like this really nasty spray on stuff, and they sprayed it on top of the bedside, which sucks. Super bummed about that. I hate it when they go above the bed rail. It's nice, you gotta cut it off right on the edge. The inside edge, don't go on top. On top is just, it just gets gross. It's nasty, I don't like it. But either way, we can fix it. But yeah, this thing's freaking nice. We can go camping in it, a little 6.5 foot bed. You can get nice and cuddly in there. Very nice. I love this thing. The aesthetic's perfect. It's super clean for what it is, and I think it gives us a good foundation. So where do we go from here? Realistically, it doesn't need a whole lot. Like I said, we're gonna clean up the aesthetics a little bit. I might put some KC lights on it. I might upgrade the tires later. I might fix the wheel well rust, fix the paint parts on it. But it really doesn't need a whole lot, honestly. That's the difference between this project versus many others that you've seen on this channel. Is a lot of times I buy a pile of garbage that doesn't even know if it's gonna run, and then we make it into something cool. Where this one, it's like, hey guys, look, this one's actually somewhat decent. It's like, this one's actually kind of nice. Insert the Galaxy and everything else that I've bought that doesn't have engines or anything that blows up. And yeah, so this one's a little bit different, a little change for the pace. So I'm sure all the diesel experts will let me know all the stuff that I forgot to point out, and X, Y, and Z, and I don't know this, and I don't know that. Well, I kind of learned by the seat of my pants. As I jump into one of these, I kind of gonna learn the platform. I haven't done an OBS before. I've worked around them, I've driven plenty of them, I've worked on them, I've had friends that own them. I've never owned one myself. So whether I've had good experience or bad experiences of my friends that had them, I figured I was like, well, I'm gonna try it. I've always liked them. They're really, really cool platforms. I know if this thing has 300,000 miles on it, that alone shows that this thing is a good truck. It's a solid truck. These are built to last. They're not like a brand new truck where you get 150,000 miles on the thing and the whole thing's falling apart because the DEF and the EGR system's all clogged up. These don't have that problem. So that's a nice thing about this, is I can actually work on it, I can improve it, and I can fix it. So that's something I recommend for you guys. If you're in a position like me and you wanna get a tow rig, maybe not buy a brand new truck. Maybe skip the monthly payment and go to something old school that's kind of meets in the middle. It's not as, as old as an IDI or a big block or a 460, but it's got a little more, it's got a turbo, it's got a little more power, but you can still work on it. It doesn't, this has a computer, but it's not like the new trucks where everything down to your door handles are computer operated. And the one thing I forgot to point out about this truck is like, it's one of those things where when you find it and you know, it's literally scouring the internet. Typical of the average time when you're on Facebook Marketplace at 2 in the morning, just taking a poop at 2 in the morning and you just on Facebook Marketplace and you were determined to find your dream truck. That's how I found this. So I was literally scrolling at 2 in the morning. I wasn't pooping, but did find this at 2 a.m. It was up for 6 hours. You probably, if you were in SoCal or any sort of southern, western hemisphere, probably saw this truck pop up on Marketplace. Message came, the guy that had it, super cool guy. He was very, very honest, like I said earlier. And I went up and pretty much the next day I made him an offer on the truck, and it was just made for me. I literally saw the truck. It was one of those days where the truck pulls in, you come to look at it, you're just going to look, right? We're not gonna make an offer, we're not bringing cash, we're just looking. The second that truck pulled in, I told my friend that was with me, I was like, I am not leaving without that thing. Pretty much the second I saw it, I was like, I gotta have that thing. It's just, this is what I want, perfect, everything about it. That's why I keep talking, like I don't really wanna change a whole lot about this truck. Because it's already exactly what I wanted. That's why I wanted to buy this thing. And this is exactly what I think every OBS in my mind, the perfect OBS, looks something very similar to this. So I'm very, very happy. Like I said, very thankful for Kane being super, super cool. The whole process getting this thing to me. I'm stoked with this thing. We're gonna have a ton of fun with it, and I can't wait to dive into it. I'm sure I'm gonna learn a lot with this truck. I'm sure it's gonna give me issues. I'm sure it's gonna have little hiccups here and there. But overall, I think it's gonna be much easier to tow with this thing and trying to stretch the crew cab's legs a little bit more than it needs to be and overwork that truck for really no reason. Now we can just kind of enjoy the crew cab versus trying to make it do all these things it wasn't really designed to do, especially being how old that thing is. So I think one day the crew cab will replace this thing with the drivetrain and the solid axle and everything else, but for right now, this is gonna be a very, very good tow vehicle and tool for the channel that we can use all the time, which I'm very, very happy about. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see us do with this thing. I'm open to reading every single one of them and see what you guys think. And any sort of upgrades immediately you guys think I should do to this thing, definitely jot those down below. Grab our merchandise if you want to support me in the builds, 909speakunderbe.com. And if you guys want to see more of me at my Patreon, you would have saw this thing well before everybody else because the videos on there and all the posts drop well before they come on here. So you would have been the first to know that I got this thing, and the whole conversation has already started on that truck on my Patreon. It's $5 a month. You get access to that. You get access to my engine document on my F100 if you want to see how to build the motor in my truck. I have a full spec sheet on there. Everything's right there for you for $5. You can go check it out. But with that being said, I hope you guys went on to enjoy today's video. I'm super pumped to get in this thing and go drive again. So I'll see you guys in the next one.